The Bitcoin on Wednesday zipped past the mark of $73,000, setting a new record high with more than 230% gains since last year. As the halving nears, the leading cryptocurrency is breaking all past records, with the speculations of it crossing the $100,000 mark in the current bull rally. So, why is Bitcoin halving? And why is it driving BTC prices out of the roof? Experts explain how Bitcoin's native code halves the block reward in every 4 years and hence impacts the price.
There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins that will ever be created in the world. The process of creating a Bitcoin comes in from a very novel computer program that is also used to secure the Bitcoin network. And this process is called as mining. The reason why it's called as mining is because just how the total amount of gold in the world is limited, and the only way you can extract gold is by mining gold from the earth, Bitcoin in the world is also limited. And the only way in which you can generate Bitcoin is by solving a hard computer problem and creating new Bitcoin. Till date, close to 18.5 million of the 21 million Bitcoin that are ever going to be there have already been created. All of these Bitcoins have been created via the process of mining only. In the process of mining, close to 100,000 users contribute on it on a day-to-day basis. And terabytes of electricity are used to solve for the computer problem that is used to then generate the new Bitcoins available. The process of mining generates a few Bitcoins every 10 minutes. That is whenever a new block of Bitcoin is mined. And this amount of Bitcoin that's generated is actually given to the miners as reward for securing the transaction. Now, the amount of reward that has been given to miners for securing the transactions hasn't been the same historically. When it started off, a very large amount of Bitcoin used to be given out, and over time that process has reduced. There is a particular piece of code written inside the Bitcoin algorithm where the amount of Bitcoin generated for securing the transaction in every block is halved at every 4 years. And this is what we call as the halving event. So to summarize, mining is the process through which the Bitcoin network is secured. All Bitcoins in the world are generated via the mining process only. 18 million odd Bitcoins have already been generated, of the 21 million are there. And all these Bitcoins were generated via a series of mining events that have been happening over the last 10-12 years. The amount of Bitcoin that gets generated gets halved every 4 years via the halving event. So that's a quick summary about Bitcoin halving.
Historically, all the Bitcoin halvings were followed by strong crypto market bull runs. And here's why it happens.
Now just imagine, guys, now I consider that I have a tap of water which is flowing at a constant speed of consider 2 liters per minute, right? Now suddenly, and that is the only supply of water consider the locality is having. Now suddenly I'm going to reduce that speed to half, or the issuance to half. What is going to happen? There's going to be a huge demand in the market because the supply of the new asset that is entering into the ecosystem is reduced. This is ideally why after every single halving we have noticed an amazing bull market that has kicked in. Even last year when the Bitcoin halving had happened, the prices which were stable before, I think it was hovering somewhere around $7,000 to $8,000. After halving, within the next 18 months, hit an all-time high of $69,000. It is almost 600 to 700% increase in prices what had happened last time. Now, is it something that happened only during the last halving event? No. After every single halving, we have noticed the markets to rally and reach an all-time high within the time frame of 12 to 18 months. Now, every halving this has happened. Ideally, there is all the more reason for us to expect that even during this halving, the supply is going to get reduced, and there's a good story for the markets to rally again. Now, consider this Bitcoin halving, which is an event where the supply is going to get restricted or reduced, coupled with a lot of news of ETF and the ETF that has come into action. Now, Bitcoin ETF, which got launched, though there has been a lot of pressure due to GBTC, has actually performed better compared to other assets. So, coupled ETF with Bitcoin halving, which is again ETF is interest by the institutional players to get into this ecosystem, couple this with halving, we could be looking at a really good market rally that is going to happen. And Bitcoin being the largest market cap usually defines how the market moves in any particular period, right? So whenever there is halving, there is a really good price correction really good price uptake that happens in Bitcoin, which has got a lot of effects on other altcoins. Altcoins are all of the coins except Bitcoin. So all these altcoins also get a favorable treatment in their prices because a lot of people enter into the ecosystem, considering a lot of news going around, considering the increase in asset prices. You usually see a huge adoption that happens during this period. This adoption also trickles down to other assets. So that is why you'll suddenly see during these periods post halving, when there is a bull market that kicks back in, you see a really good volumes that even other altcoins make. So this is ideally what has happened after every halving, and we believe that this is also what is going to happen during this halving. There are a lot of predictions that is going around, where people say that it could reach 100,000 within the end of this year, and post that it could reach 120 to 140,000 easily. So, but these are all predictions. Having said that, the market is going to be volatile. It is going to be most of the people who have entered into the bull market have definitely made really good returns. So ideally, this could be a chance for a lot of people to correct their portfolios and also make good returns compared to other assets.